Good afternoon and welcome to Valley Stadium. Time once again for Des Moines Menace soccer, a doubleheader day today with the women and the men taking on Winnipeg. This game brought to you today, the games by Come and Go. We'll be back with the start of these games, the starting lineups and more after this.
Tonight, Central Iowa Sports Network presents
Left footer cross, goal by Cody Lofgren. Jensen cross header in.
your Des Moines Menace Soccer. Des Moines Menace Soccer is brought to you by Come and Go, where "and" means more. Doritos, YMCA of Des Moines, and by Teal Chiropractic and Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons. Des Moines Menace Soccer, live on Central Iowa Sports Network.
Welcome to Valley Stadium for a doubleheader soccer action today. The Des Moines Menace taking on Winnipeg, and the women will start here with the first match against WSA Winnipeg. The Des Moines Menace women coming in the PDL League at 3-0. This is a non-conference matchup for these two teams, and the rain has come in, just a little shower, only knocked it down a few degrees here, so it's going to be a little bit warm and sticky today, but we'll have plenty of soccer action for you coming up. Stick with us. We'll be back with the starting lineups in the kickoff after this.
For a limited time at Schottenkirk Chevy in Waukee, get up to $12,000 off select new Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Get 25% off new Impalas, Sparks, and Sonics. These are going fast. Equinox owners get an additional $1,500 towards the purchase of any new Chevy. And no, you don't have to trade it in. If you served, save even more with military discounts. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
Poor eating habits and lack of exercise have contributed to a doubling of childhood obesity. The YMCA knows that lifestyle habits such as healthy eating and physical activity will help reverse this trend. The Y offers programs for kids of all ages, from preschool through high school. Water babies to swim teams, basketball, summer camps, flag football, child watch, and even lacrosse. If your family is serious about living an active and healthier lifestyle, why wait? Join the Y today and let tomorrow be the start.
You know what this means. It means "and." But at Come and Go, it means more. So come in and look for the "and" to find something extra just for you. Come and Go, where "and" means more. Check out all our extras this summer, like any size drink for just $1.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium. We get ready for soccer this afternoon. Dar Danielson with you, and tonight's broadcast brought to you, or this afternoon's, by Come and Go. And we'll talk about our starting lineups brought to you by Come and Go here in just a minute. And joining me is Kristen Boyer. She is an assistant coach at Ankeny, right?
Yes.
For girls soccer. And she'll be sitting in doing the color today. And going to be a little interesting. These two teams met yesterday, and Winnipeg with a squad of only 13, and they had a couple of injuries yesterday. The heat, it was pretty warm out there. Not much better today, a little bit maybe, but the Menace will have a few of their players that played yesterday playing, but they have a big enough squad that they can switch out. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that heat today, and it took a toll on Winnipeg yesterday, and the Menace women ended up winning that game, match 5-0. So we'll probably see a little bit of that.
It's hard to turn around and play in the heat like this, and the turf makes it hotter and all that stuff. So
yeah, and we'll see too. After they lost yesterday, but then this is another game and another day, and the thing, I would think they'd want to come out and try to jump early and get on the board early.
Fired up when you have to turn around and try to beat a team that you lost to, and so it could be tough for them.
For the Menace, then they have a lot of players, and Coach Forster has said this is a chance in this exhibition for some of these players to show, hey, I deserve to be farther up the lineup and in the game more. So while there's a little motivation for them too.
Yeah, that's such a fantastic opportunity to have when you get to play a game that doesn't count against your schedule as much. So those players that don't get an opportunity really get a chance to try to prove to the coach that they need to be there. They should be there.
Our injury report brought to you tonight by Athletico, and no injuries to report for the Menace. I know there are a couple of injured players who won't be playing. I know Abigail Long for sure for the North Star women will not play. I think Alicia Mann is another one, and maybe Jana Kennert won't play. And the Menace might even loan them a player or two here today to help fill in.
Yeah.
But you see them here and on the field getting ready for the announcing of the starting lineups. The weather report brought to you by ABC 5. We had a little bit of a shower here about half hour ago, and I watched just coming over here. It was 92, and the clouds started rolling in, and it dropped down to about 87, so we lost about 5 degrees, but I think we picked up in humidity that's going to make – I don't know how that whole dew point thing works, but it's going to make it feel maybe a little warmer too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be very warm for the girls down on the field tonight. It'll be trying at times, I'm sure, for them. So
that brought to you by ABC 5, the weather report. We'll look at the starting lineup tonight. It'll look something like this. Danielle Putterfoot, Camelia Pera, Nicole Pearson, Elise Correa, Rachel McCluskey, Georgia Robert, Casey Hurt, Sarah Brandt, Haley Halverson, and Haley Morris in goal for the Menace. And we'll still sort out here exactly who will play for Winnipeg. And Menace wearing all black today, so that could be. It is a little overcast, so maybe that will help a little bit.
Maybe.
But they wore red yesterday, and they're wearing all black today, and usually that makes you just a little warmer.
That could be kind of warm, yeah. I don't think I'd want to be out there in black today.
What kind of things you tell the players when you have a hot game like this, and to try to keep ready? I know you say, well, it's warm, I don't need to stretch out and get into, but you still need to do that, don't you?
You still need to stretch out, yeah. You still need to stretch out. The main thing is that as they get tired, and you have some players that will play the whole game, and you need to make sure that you keep an eye on those players, that you can get them subbed out if they need to, or that they can come over and grab a drink of water if need to, and just that you keep an eye on how they're doing.
Let's pause for the Canadian National Anthem. we get ready for this match. And it's the Des Moines Menace women, coached by Justin Vorster, taking on WSA Winnipeg. And the keys to the game tonight, we talked a little bit about it this afternoon. Stay hydrated, stay aware of the conditions, and talked to the players a little bit yesterday about that, and they all kind of said the same thing. They've all been playing soccer a while, and they all kind of know in their conditioning and where they're at, and you know, what they need to do to stay, you know, ready so that they don't get injured or don't get overheated.
I'm sure as long as these girls have been playing, that they have their own rituals, even when it comes to food and water intake before a game, that they know how to handle this type of weather. And a lot of them have grown up in the Midwest, I would say, and that they know how to play in humidity.
And we talked with Danielle Puttifoot and Georgia Robert. They were up here at halftime of the game yesterday, and they were saying, you know, once you're out there on the field playing, you don't really notice that heat so much because you're moving around, you're thinking about where you got to go. Yeah,
you're definitely concentrated on the game. That's why it's so important that a coach knows their players, and that there are certain tells that players have. Some of them, it's as obvious as not being able to make a 20-yard sprint 30 minutes into the game. Some of them, it's just the way they hang their head or their arms, their body language. And if you, as a coach, you really know your players, then you're going to be able to tell when they're struggling.
Just about ready to get underway here. The Des Moines Menace women huddling out there as they'll be wearing the black today. And WSA Winnipeg, they are playing the Premier Winnipeg Women's Soccer League. They're 3-1-1 coming into this these exhibition matches here. And, of course, the Menace women are 3-0 in their WPSL. They've scored 4 goals in each of those games and only gave up 1. And yesterday they scored 5 goals and didn't give up 1. So really off to a real good start this season.
Yeah, that's fantastic, yeah. To have such a lead on goals for versus goals against into the season, that's fantastic.
And it seems to come in spurts. You know, they'll play a little bit and kind of it takes a little while, but once they get that first one, then it just seems like they pick up and it's boom, boom, one right after the other. That's the way it's kind of gone this season for them.
Yeah, when you have a group of girls that hasn't played together a lot, those first few weeks that you're together, or, you know, those can be tough. And it's not just how they play together on the field, it's how they get along with each other off the field. Sometimes it can affect that as well.
And here we go. Winnipeg. We'll start out with it.
Looks like Winnipeg is playing flat in the back, so moving the ball around pretty well.
Man, looks like Menace is going to pressure up a little bit. Camilla Para up there kind of chasing just a bit. And that's Para down there. And knocked away. And taken by the keeper.
It's good pressure up top there.
Puttifoot, she was trying to pressure and trying to turn that back inside.
Yeah.
Puttifoot and Sarah Brandt up top, and Para. Now up the side. And back, taken by Brandt. Brandt into Para. Para has it taken away. The defenders close well on that.
That was good defense along the side there. They made a numbers down situation for Winnipeg and won the ball back there.
Allison Clark back there on defense. Here comes Winnipeg. Jessica Wytek shoots it up ahead. Was looking for Anissa Kinhart, but taken by the Menace. Up in the middle. And now they'll work it back and work it ahead. Trying to go up over the top to Sarah Brandt, but a little too much on that.
Good body positioning by Sarah there. Just needed a step on the Winnipeg player.
So far, keeping Winnipeg bottled up on the Menace end. They'll drop it back. And Georgia Robert. She will shoot it up the right sideline.
Nice move there.
Looking for Para outside. Now she'll take it into the middle. Now back out to Para. Para on the right side, looking inside to Brandt, and knocked knocked away in front of the goal.
Close. So close. That all started with a fantastic feint on the outside from our outside midfielder over there to beat the player and then get around to create a offensive opportunity there.
Back toward the middle. Elise Correa on the pressure. Putterfoot comes over, trying to help out. Correa runs it down. They'll drop it back. Now back into the middle to McCluskey. And Winnipeg takes it, but a little too much on that pass. And let's see if she can run it down. Can't quite run it down, so they got the ball back. Misplay there, and it goes out back to the Menace.
Yeah.
So looks like the Menace putting the pressure on early, pushing up here, trying to get something going offensively. Come back to Justina Jarmosko, the keeper.
It's good when the keeper has the ball there that the team drops back, the Menace team drops back and kind of waits to see what she's going to do. There's no need in this heat to go forward and try to challenge her for the ball.
And then they force her to kick it out.
Yeah.
And it'll be a Menace throw. Looking for Putterfoot, knocked down by the defender. Cleared back up, but taken. Tried to go inside, but knocked away again. And
looks like it was out.
Yep. Fowler went out. That went out, looks like, on the far side. Knocked down on the far side. Up to Putterfoot, and she'll kick it outside. Now go back up toward Putterfoot up the right side.
Very good ball movement, just a little bit too hard up the line there. I like how they're keeping the ball on the ground. It shows patience and that they're looking for people before they get the ball.
Here's the throw in. Handled by Brandt, and then cleared out long. And Menace can't control it. They'll send it out, Georgia Robert.
I think she's taking her time so that she gets a little break there.
Well, they don't have any look like they have any ball boys or ball girls over there today, so it's got to run it down on your own here.
Yep.
Into the middle.
Oh,
nice
fantastic.
leave outside, a little long though, and the keeper gets to it. Trying to shoot it up there and let her Camila Pera run onto it, but a little too much. Sent inside by Correa. Into the middle. And the Menace step in there. Casey Hurt knocks it away. Anisha Kinnart trying to get up the middle.
It's good defending by number 9 there for the Menace.
Yep.
Not letting that centered midfielder turn.
Back over to Lisa Correa. And Pera comes over, drops it back into the middle. Now they'll send it out wide to Casey Hurt. Hurt into the middle. Dropped it back to Hurt. Hurt takes it down. Crosses it in.
Very nice.
And I think the flag went up offside.
Oh, that's too bad. That could have been a very good scoring opportunity there.
Well, I wondered because she took that pretty deep on the touch line and then passed it back, and then the flag went up, so she was offside over there. Casey Hurt defending, and that'll stay with the Menace. She throws it in the middle looking for Putterfoot, but it gets to Pera. She tries to get the right foot on there, but just not quite the angle to get any mustard on that shot.
Not sure she was quite prepared for it to bounce like that.
Long kick comes out. McCluskey knocks it down. Over to Correa. Now they'll drop it back over. Back into Korea. Goes into the middle by Putafoot. And now it's loose down the left side.
The Menace need to use their outside left midfielder over here a little bit more. She's open quite often, and they play it back into the middle.
Casey Hurt will throw it in. As they move back toward the goal, try to get a long throw. Headed back to Hurt. She'll turn on it, send it back in, lobs it. Oh, Brandt got a head on it. Now shot, and it's blocked out of there. That'll be a corner for the Menace. Brought to you by Shields.
I love it when players take the opportunity to just play the ball back into the middle of the field and see what happens. It makes the game a little bit more exciting at times.
And she had plenty of people to send it into that time as they dropped in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's the corner. Swings out, and looked like Korea tried to get something on it. But it's going to go out deep, and Haley Halverson will run it down for the Menace. She'll bring it back up. Good defense there.
Oh.
Trying to knock it down, and then call will go against the Menace.
A little bit slow getting up there.
And they're calling for the trainer to come over.
This is a time where I think that I would definitely grab the girls and say, hey, get a drink. Any opportunity that you can, because it's so warm out, you know. And
yeah, when you get some stoppage. 9 minutes in, no score here.
I really like the way the Menace is moving the ball around. They're keeping it on the ground for the most part and playing it around through the middle.
They're really contesting. They really haven't let Winnipeg get it across the half here so far. They're playing it, you know, pushing up and really attacking the ball.
Yeah.
Here, as we pause. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break here for the injury timeout? We'll do that, and we'll come back with more soccer after this.
Poor eating habits and lack of exercise have contributed to a doubling of childhood obesity. The YMCA knows that lifestyle habits such as healthy eating and physical activity will help reverse this trend. The Y offers programs for kids of all ages, from preschool through high school. Water babies to swim teams, basketball, summer camps, flag football, child watch, and even lacrosse. If your family is serious about living an active and healthier lifestyle, why wait? Join the Y today and let tomorrow be the start of your healthier family.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Back at Valley Stadium, Dar Danielson, Kristen Boyer here, and the free kick by Winnipeg. A chance to get it into the Menace's half here, and that will go out to the Menace. No score here. 11 minutes into the first half. A long throw. Para tries to head it up to Brandt, and that'll stay with the Menace. And they quickly shifted the field again back into their end.
Yeah, they're not spending very much time in their defensive end, that's for sure.
Had a little action in front of the net, but nothing real serious yet as far as scoring opportunities. You try to get it into Para, it'll stay with her.
Not a lot of movement off the ball here. I think that the girls are conserving their energy a little bit.
Brooklyn Dice kicks it out of there for Winnipeg. And for Winnipeg, is the more time you can wind off that clock and stay close, the better.
Yeah.
And then maybe look for a chance for a counter. There's one in. Para can't get to it before Justina Jarmarsko takes it for Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Battle up top to shoot it outside. But Menace get to it. Casey Hurt. Drop it back to Cat Lewis. Cat Lewis sticks with it. Gets it up ahead to Correa. Correa to Para, back inside to Putterfoot. Excuse me, Putterfoot to Para. Now Para outside with it. Going to try to turn it. Good defense, and she'll get called for tripping the defender there. And just one of those things, Allison Clark with her down there where they kind of got the legs caught up. But
yeah, not really sure that I would have wanted to keep playing if I were the player.
But
yeah.
Para ended up getting a little more leg than ball there, so they called her on the a free kick to Winnipeg. Yeah. Set it up, Anissa Kinhart. She'll set it across. Winnipeg trying to get something going here.
Defensively, I would say when Winnipeg gets the ball with their back to our goal, we do a really good job of making sure that they aren't going to turn and go upfield. They have to play the ball square or back.
Nice play over there by Georgia Robert as she kicked it off the Winnipeg player and goes back to the Menace. Putterfoot there trying to send it ahead of the bounce out to the Menace. Here's the throw. A little bit of a jersey grab over there, yeah. But they let that go.
No one went down, I guess.
They'll settle it, drop it back now. We'll see if they switch fields here or continue going up the right side. Slide it in there, Correa. And
I think that we really do need to try to change fields a little bit more.
Yeah, they kind of got the defense heavy on that side, but didn't look to. And Para was kind of looking, had her hand up like she wanted to make a run up this left side, but
yeah.
So free kick here again for Winnipeg.
It's a good header back up the field.
In the middle, Putterfoot will drop it back.
It's one thing to head the ball to clear it. It's another thing to make sure that it goes to one of your players. And she did a really good job of making sure she hit one of our.
Para sends it through, but not going to quite get anybody there. Play it to feet, as Coach Voister says.
Yes.
Don't just shoot it ahead. Play it to somebody's feet or play somebody onto the ball is what you're talking about. Yeah, don't just that's kind of what you hear in youth soccer a lot. Don't just kick it. Yeah. Play it to somebody. And as you see the skill increase, you see that better. Brandt now tried to turn and lob it up there, but a little too much on it. So far, the Winnipeg defense has played pretty well back there and covering.
They're pretty solid. We actually have to hit a ball through to be able to beat them. We're not beating them one-on-one very often. So
battle for it, Brandt. She's working for it, looking back to Putterfoot. Putterfoot will drop it into the middle. McCluskey over to Georgia Robert. Robert surveys, shoots it up ahead. And I think she saved the corner there because it went off of a Winnipeg player and it was going to roll out the back for corner, but the keeper kicked it over the side, got the throw in instead. Well, there's a battle up top for it. Back to Georgia Robert.
See if they switch it around here.
Drop it back, looking like that. That's what they're going to do. Over to Casey Hurt, just a little bit off there. Still trying to, this lineup here, get in tune a little bit. Para battling down there.
It's good to see forwards that really work hard up there, defensively and offensively. I'm
not sure who 13 is. I don't have her on my roster. for Winnipeg. Is it on this one? No, that's the men's. Okay. All right. I'd tell you who it was if I knew, but McCluskey.
It might be one of our players that's playing.
Yeah, that could be too. Putafoot turns and right to the keeper. She tried to go with that long shot.
Yeah. I think the idea was good. Maybe a little bit more power on it the next time.
Well, I know she's got a powerful foot. The other night when the wind was blowing out the other way, she booted one and it went into the wind up over the top of the building there. So we know that she does have the power to do that. And now Putafoot in the middle.
We're missing that run up the sideline there. Winnipeg is going to find out that if they double team down on our 2 forwards up top, they're going to shut us down pretty well.
Casey Hurt up the left side. Still taking it. Looking. Running. Now shoots it back toward the middle. Turn. Now Para couldn't get to it. But Hurt will pick up the loose ball. Shoot it back toward the middle. But knocked down by the defenders. Back into the middle. Robert comes in and sends it up. And McCluskey will control it.
It's good composure there, not to just kick it back in.
Lob up to Para, trying to get the header. Couldn't get to it. And that'll be a corner for the Menace. Brought to you by Shields. Our second corner of the afternoon so far. 19 minutes in, no score here in this match. And looks like Putafoot will go over to take the corner for the Menace. Swinging out on this one. Robert trying to get ahead on it and kind of got blocked a little bit by one of her own teammates. And it comes out long and the Menace will cleaned it up. Up to Kat Lewis. Lewis lobs it into the middle. Oh, and I think she was trying to head it back inside. Nicole Pearson.
That was a nice ball into the middle there.
And here, Winnipeg with it again. Trying to get it out of the Menace half up into their own.
I don't think that they've crossed half for the last 5 minutes or so.
There's a long shot right to the keeper by Pearson. And every now and then taking one of those long ones, maybe the keeper falls asleep back there watching the defense, you know, move it up.
Only takes one weird bounce. The ball goes past.
Knocked up ahead again. Putafoot knocks it down. Back over. Para tries to get it. Now Correa. Correa lobs it up there. Brandt back to Para, and they're going to call Brandt offside.
I'd like to see a replay of that.
Good. It looked like, yeah, from up here, but
it looked even.
The AR is right down there on the line, so here we go. Good boot by Winnipeg. Knocked down by the Menace. Getting to the ball first here in Lott. Over beyond Para. That'll go out for a goal kick.
I'm sure that the depth of the players available from yesterday to today is going to help the Menace today. They have some players that probably didn't get a lot of playing time yesterday that they can throw in, and Winnipeg probably played a lot of their players yesterday.
So some substitutions here, Frito-Lay substitutions for you. For Winnipeg, looks like Jessica Wojciech went out. And I'll try to figure out who all is coming in when we get a chance. Knockdown.
I think that outside defender over there is really wishing there was a ball girl.
Well, they have
She's
one. It looks like
a couple times.
Yeah, they have one on each end.
Ah.
A little guy down here and a gal down there, but
they're probably hot too.
Gonna need another one, yeah. Yep. Coming out long. Menace going to try to control it. They do back to Georgia Roberts. She'll set it up ahead, almost to Puddlefoot. Now up on the outside and offside it'll be called. As they tried to make the run there.
When you come into a game and you really want to get things started for your team, sometimes it's easy to get caught in that offsides position because you
well, now
really
they're pointing
want to be
up,
up there.
Now she's pointing up the, I guess it went out up there because now she pointed up there. It went out before, so it wasn't offside. It was the ball went out because then they let them come all the way up the field and throw it in.
Yeah.
As you see Winnipeg in the white there. Now they're in the Menace half. Knocking it down. Get it outside, now drop it back.
It was a good decision by the Winnipeg player there, the forward. Good counterattack by the Menace there, getting it back up the field.
And Puddlefoot comes in, takes it away. McCluskey battling. And up the sideline.
Good decision. We'll have to see what they do
Run
here.
it down. Into the middle, but it's knocked down by the defense. As a couple Menace players there, but nobody had an angle to make a run into the ball.
I don't think Puddlefoot was expecting that ball to be played in there. Judging by her body action after it went past, I think she was disappointed she didn't go ahead and go for it.
And Winnipeg will play it out. In the 25th minute here, no score yet.
Lots of opportunities.
Correa sends it into Brandt. Brandt over to Puddlefoot. Puddlefoot shoots a shot, and the keeper is right there. Try to sneak one in the right post there.
That was a good shot to take. I would say power-wise, she was a little bit close to the ball to get a lot of force behind that. She would have just had a little bit more space.
Almost, though it was a good hard shot. Correa now lobs it over the top.
Oh, look at her run.
And on the run.
Oh, this is the opportunity.
And
yes.
Shot and goal by Nicole Pearson. Nicole Pearson with the shot in the 26th minute.
That was a good ball back. She had plenty of space to take a decent shot on goal. Placed it perfectly. Far post. A little bit inside, but excellent.
And let's see the replay on that. Here we go. It's outside. Sends it up. Boom. And then sends it across the keeper into the left corner there for the goal by Nicole Pearson. And
it's a difficult shot for a goalkeeper to save.
Up ahead.
Excellent ball.
Yep. Right there, turns, Knight right into the keeper, rattled around and goal. Again, a goal by Puddlefoot.
That got started off the across the field there from about 20 out into the penalty box, and fantastic finding the player there.
Let's see a replay on that one. Comes in, takes a shot into the keeper. Rebound comes out, and Puddlefoot right there and knocked it in off the rebound. And it's 2-0 Menace here. As Whitney Sharp was in the game there, I think number 6. She played a lot yesterday. I didn't think she was going to play today, but she was in, and she was the one that took that first shot that ricocheted off. And then Puttifoot cleaned it up. Now down the other way. Outside run and knocked into the middle there, but Menace trying to clear it out. Still working with it. The keeper comes over and picks it up.
Whitney's a good little player, and not only is she a good player, rumor has it she's coaching in the area too, so giving back a little bit.
Send it to her outside, and she'll go into Brandt. Brandt turns, and Brandt had a couple chances there. Come back the other way now. Knocked around and it'll go off Winnipeg back to the Menace. Whitney scored 2 goals yesterday. Brandt scored 2.
Nice.
And back in there.
Okay.
Kind of getting a little spark for him today. And it'll be a corner for the Menace, brought to you by Shields. Swinging in, headed out. And Kat Lewis will try to run it down. And she can't get to it, and it'll go 2.
She gave it a good effort there, trying to get the ball.
So 2-0 here. Menace up in this match.
Good decision to play it back.
Robert gets it on the playback.
I think as a defender there, I might have used the goalkeeper instead of trying to get it back upfield again.
And the Menace will keep possession into Brandt. Now back outside to Sharp. Sharp settles it now. Shoots it across the middle. Header. Goal!
Beautiful. That's fantastic.
Puttifoot gets the header from Sharp and gets her second goal here. And again, the assist by, well, I guess it was a rebound from Sharp last time. Let's see the replay here. See Sharp takes it down, sends it in, and Puttifoot off the head into the right corner on the replay. And back to live action now. And it's 3-0 Menace.
That's one of those things you practice, and when you do it in a game, you're just like, I finally did it.
Yep. And just like I talked about, the goals have come in bunches here. Yes. The Menace in their games, and again here today. 3 of them all within about a 6-minute span. This one goes over and will be knocked down by the keeper. And she'll send it out. Good boot up to the half, but misplayed by Winnipeg, and now they get back to it. Oh, they had somebody cutting through there. She could have snuck that pass through. They'll play it back. Now lobs it up ahead, but Kat Lewis is right there to get a foot on it. And a battle for it. So, seeing the Menace push back for one of the few times so far in this first half, but they've got back and recovered well on defense.
Yeah, they're very strong defensively. Their shape is very good defensively as well.
And another substitution brought to you by Frito-Lay. Thrown in, Georgia Robert. knocks it out of there, comes back up, heads it up again. And knocked down Korea. And they sent it outside but can't get to it.
I'd like to see the Menace defenders knock it down a little bit to see if they can play it out. Sometimes they're just kicking it where I feel like they should have a little bit more composure on the ball.
Well, again, with Winnipeg, it seems like they're looking up and there's a black jersey everywhere they look.
Yes.
They get it back in.
Here we go.
Sharp. Tried to get it back to Pearson.
Ooh. Down the line there.
Again, lobs it over. Header by Korea. Knocked down by the keeper. Knocked down again. Gets another hand on it, and they clear it out of there.
Wow, fantastic saves by the keeper.
Justina Dermosco. Busy back there.
Yeah.
She used a left hand and a right hand and a left hand again, I think.
And that second save was completely backwards and off balance.
Yeah. She just was leaning over and got a hand on the ball to slap it out of there. And here come the Menace again. Casey Hurt up the left side. Shoots it to the middle. Goal! That one.
Good job.
By Nicole Pearson. In the 34th minute. Nicole Pearson. Casey Hurt on the assist. And you like to see that when they take it outside, and then you said they send it back in, and you like to see the players running into the box to receive that.
Yeah, you work so much on that in practice. Almost every team does. And for them to make it look like you did it every single time that you tried it in practice, it gives a lot of confidence to the players that what they're doing in practice is fruitful in the game.
Here come the Menace. And she'll run it down sharp. Try to turn on it. Saves it. Nice play there to keep that ball in play. Now a long lob up, head back the other way. And defender tries to head it out. Korea stays with it. Now shoots it across goal!
Oh my goodness.
By Korea. She stayed with that one.
Nice inside outside. Took a touch. Played it far post. I think she hit the inside of the far post. We'll have to see on the replay.
And let's see here. We got the replay on this one. As she, here we go. Stuck with it.
Ridiculous move.
Turns
she pulled
on it.
there.
Yeah, and then just boom, kept that right foot and snuck it into the right, inside the right post there. So,
you know, I have to give credit to this goalkeeper. The far post shots that she's let in, I mean, they're good shots. There's no shame in her play so far, I don't believe.
And she's made several good plays to keep it out of there, but when you constantly have the offense in front of you, it's hard to shut that off. Here comes Whitney Sharp. Sends it down the outside. Now back in. Knocked around. And we'll see if Winnipeg can clear it out of there. Putterfoot.
Good play
now
there.
Back over to Brandt. Leaves it to Putterfoot. Putterfoot up the middle. Good save. There. Justina Germasco drew a beat on that one and knocked it down.
Oh, yeah. Way to come off her line and get up there to make that save. Making yourself big in the goal can really throw the forward off. And she did a good job of that. And
that's kind of an intuition you get after playing that for a while, knowing when to come out and when to stay back there, isn't it? And on how you...
Yeah.
It's something that I don't know if you really coach that, but it's just a matter of playing, I think. Here's Putterfoot with the Shields corner. A long shot. Oh, and that's going to hit the goal. Goal scored by the Menace. A long shot.
a keeper's comfort when they come out of the goal, because I've played keeper at a collegiate level, and I've coached keepers at high school. It really depends on the keeper. You can tell them what you want them to do, but if they don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't want to take them out of their comfort zone, because then mentally they're not there to play the game.
And let's see that one again here.
Oh, long shot up the middle.
Knocked down, but here's a replay on the goal. And you see right into the right corner.
Good movement there by the Menace around the back.
And Haley Halverson with that last goal.
What a fantastic run up the outside and into the middle.
And Winnipeg clears it out. So 6-0 here in into the 39th minute. Back outside. And back in. Shot, long shot taken there by the keeper. Who has been busy.
Mm-hmm. She definitely has.
Back up to Brandt. Brandt to Putterfoot. Putterfoot tries a long shot and knocked down by the keeper. And knocked down.
Little chip into the middle. Easy save for the keeper there. I think you'll see a little bit less of the ball movement being on the ground and nice and easy as the girls start to get tired, because it's easier just to kick the ball.
And here comes the Menace. They're saying something about that last goal, that it didn't go. So they only have 5 up on the board. We'll have to see what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
If that did not count. I didn't see a flag up down there, but we'll see. Okay. We'll get a clarification on what happened there.
It looked like it went right over her hands into the net, but
So it is 5-0. The last one didn't count. We'll try to get a clarification on why that was, but I heard him calling up to the press box on that, and flags up offside there.
I actually think it was a push into the back in the middle of the field. Yeah,
oh, okay.
The Winnipeg player went forearms right into the back of our player.
So it'll be a free kick then for the Menace.
Mm-hmm. Winnipeg doesn't seem too keen on making a wall or anything. So I think I would have 2 players out there maybe.
Well, they're going to make a
there we go.
3-player wall, and then I think she's going to call for the 10 yards because they do look maybe a little close. It's easier to tell that on the football field when you have the football markings out there too. It's hard to get away with.
Not gonna lie, I do cheat when I'm making grids for practice.
And right along the ground and out. Right, Putterfoot.
You can kind of tell it's getting towards the end of the half. I think both teams look a little bit
kind of stooped over a little bit, aren't they?
A little bit tired.
With the heat out there.
Be interesting to know what exactly the temperature is on the field. Yeah,
I don't know. Now the field turf is a little better, I think, than it used to be in the old days when they put the AstroTurf, whatever it was, right over a piece of cement. Now they have the rubber tires in there that help a little bit with the heat. Here's a run, but knocked away. I remember I used to go at the over at Kinnick when they had the old turf there.
Yeah.
And then at Cyclone Stadium when they had the turf before they went back to grass, and you'd be down on that field and just the bottom of your feet were baking there. But this new field turf is a little better, I think, at absorbing that a little more as Brandt works with it. And that's going to go off for a corner kick.
I went to several camps over at Creighton, and instead of taking you out to the fields, you stayed at the dorms there on campus, and their baseball field was down there. So you played on the baseball field, and it was the old turf. And it was nothing to be 105 degrees.
Yeah, those were pretty. Comes in and knocked away. I remember the NFL too. They used to show, when they had the old style turf and show how hot it was on the field. And get over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So coming into the 44th minute here, winding down the first half, 5-0 Menace. Trying to get it in there to Sharp over her head. Correa comes back in and booted out. Off of Puttifoot's leg there, and now up the other way. Robert knocks it down. And it'll go out and back to Winnipeg.
Well, keeping the possession on one side of the field most of the game is a little bit easier on the referee. It's good for her, not having to play the whole field.
I don't think I don't know if Winnipeg's had a shot on goal yet in the first half.
They had a crossover here. Wasn't too bad.
Throw in, headed back, and up. And the Menace will throw it in as 30 seconds left in regular time here in the first half.
This is where you kind of walk to get the ball every single time. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mind if you wind a little the clock down and head to halftime.
Yeah. See if they play it around the back here. Make something happen right before the half ends.
Hurt will bring it up. Get Correa out to her left.
Good job of taking the space there.
Just a little too much. And I didn't see what he put. I didn't see him put up the board over there for extra time. Probably a couple minutes maybe.
What is going on there?
Oh, I think they had a free kick. Must have been. Yeah. So she rolled it up to her to take it. She was rolling. She moved it up to be in line with the AR where the free kick was. So that's what was going on, I think. Because, yeah, that's not the. I don't think they've changed the rules on the throw-in where you can use the bowling style to bowl it out there. Still got to come over the top.
Nice cut back across the top.
Puttifoot trying to turn on it. Defender right there. Keeper stays with it.
Very offside.
Brandt back there, but they play advantage on that since the keeper got it. They weren't going to go offside, and that'll be end the first half. The Menace up 5-0 here after one, and we'll take a break and come back with the halftime after this.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Stop ruining your steaks. You deserve a grill that gives you great steaks every time. Fireplace Superstore proudly offers the most complete selection of Weber grills in central Iowa. Gas, charcoal, portable, and smokers. Fireplace Superstore features Weber special edition grills that come with Weber's unparalleled warranty. Now you can enjoy your grill for many summers to come. There is a difference. See our large selection of Weber grills, many models and colors. Fireplace Superstore is the exclusive Weber Alliance dealer in central Iowa. Fireplace Superstore at 109th and Douglas.
John here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You know what this means. It means and. But at Come and Go, it means more. So come in and look for the and to find something extra just for you. Come and Go, where and means more. Check out all our extras this summer, like any size drink for just $1.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
For a limited time at Schottenkirk Chevy in Waukee, get up to $12,000 off select new Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Get 25% off new Impalas, Sparks, and Sonics. These are going fast. Equinox owners get an additional $1,500 towards the purchase of any new Chevy. And no, you don't have to trade it in. If you served, save even more with military discounts. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
We are at halftime. The Menace women up 5-0 here over WPSA Winnipeg. Dar Danielson with me, and joining me is General Manager of the Des Moines Menace, Matt Homanoff, and appreciate you making the trek up here. A little warmer trek up today, but not bad. The fans are out there. They stay hydrated and everything, and everybody has a good time, don't they?
They do. Good to be with you, Dar.
And talking about it, a good season, good start for the women here and the men both. You got to be pleased with the way these seasons have taken off.
Absolutely. It's two very different programs. So for the women, it's an interesting mid-season set of exhibition games against our friends from Winnipeg. No one likes to see blowouts, but it's part of the game sometimes. So hopefully Coach Forster and his staff will be able to use these as a springboard to keep this success going.
Talking with a couple of players from the women's team, and the thing that they keep talking about is it just seems like everything is meshing this year, and all the players like each other, and there's no egos. Everybody is, stepping in there. It doesn't matter who you bring in, and it just is all really meshing well together for them, isn't it?
Absolutely. And any fan who's been to one of our women's games, not just this season but in previous seasons, can see that. The WPSL, the league that the women play in, is interesting. There's not a lot of parity. There's a huge range between the top teams and the bottom teams. So I don't say this to take away anything from the women's success to this point. But let's be honest, the measuring stick for the women is going to be the Chicago Red Stars.
Right. Yeah.
It's a fantastic franchise. They've got a very interesting model with the Chicago Eclipse Youth Club feeding into the Red Stars reserves and then up to the NWSL Pro team. They're not only the defending regional champions, but the defending national champions. So again, I don't want to take anything away from the success that the women have experienced to date, but we'll know a lot more after next weekend.
That's another thing the players have told me. They talked about the women's players. They're not looking ahead, but they know that that's going to be the measuring stick when they go on the road to Chicago and play. And then the men too. They've off to a real great start here, and just a few minutes away from moving on in Cup play to start the season, and then starting their PDL season here. Just with the only blemish is a tie so far on their record.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think Coach Makovic and his staff deserve all the credit that they're getting right now. The PDL is a fickle league. you're great 1 second and terrible the next. Games come fast and furious, especially in the second half of the season, which we're just starting off. And unfortunately, we don't get to play Winnipeg every night. I hate to point out the obvious, but the reality is that Winnipeg, our opponent last night and again tonight, as well as St. Louis, our opponent last weekend, are the two bottom teams in the standings. So we can't get too excited about those wins. We have to keep our eye firmly on the ball and looking forward. We know that Kokomo next week and, of course, Chicago next week, two tough away games for the PDL team, are going to be great tests of our depth, which has obviously been a great strength of the team to date. And we, just like any other PDL team this time of year, we lose players to injury, to college commitments, and we're very grateful for the recruiting efforts of our coaching staff and our front office, because we're going to need every single one of those bodies healthy to get us where we want to go, and that's the PDL championship game.
And you have the soccer on the field, but let's talk about, there's also other things going on for the fans who come out. You have promotions and the kids area that they can go to. Let's talk a little bit about that and what else is going on here just beyond the soccer that we see on the field.
Absolutely. It's something that our franchise has prided ourselves on for many years, even before we called Valley Stadium home. Halftime of the men's game tonight, I'll see the long-awaited debut of bubble soccer. We'll have some fun with that. Thankfully, the lawyers have gotten a waiver together that makes everyone comfortable. So we'll have some fun there. We have a great kid zone off the side of the field that young and old kids alike can enjoy. Great halftime promotions, including Chuck for a Buck, which is always very popular. And then, of course, the big one is the post-game autograph session, where all the fans, regardless of age, are invited down onto the field to get all their favorite players' autographs after every home game.
Yeah, and a couple of weeks ago, I was going down looking for the man of the match to interview him, and I said, "Where's?" "Oh, he's over there signing autograph." And the kids, and I had to say, "Kids, can I pull him away for a second and get him over here just to do the post game?" Because and the kids love that, and it's a fun way of connecting with the community, and those kids have a dream. Maybe they might be out there playing for the Menace someday.
You're absolutely right. I go to community events throughout the off season. These players we're fortunate enough to have them here May, June, and July. In August, they go back to their college programs. But during the school year, when I'm in schools and in other community appearances, it's not uncommon to hear a kid ask me about a specific player and whether they're going to come back, because they really loved watching him play and they loved getting his autograph and talking to him after the game on the field.
What do we have coming up then later on in the homestands here for the Menace?
Sure. So tonight's game against Winnipeg, the men's game, which will cap off this triple header, is our final action at home for the month of June. We'll come back strong on July 9th for what we're dubbing Rivalry Night. The women kick off at 4:30 on Saturday, July 9th, with a big game against Quad City Eagles. They're our in-state rival from Eastern Iowa. In a game that I have no doubt will have massive implications on their postseason standing. And then, of course, the men on July 9th play the Thunder Bay Chill, who, no matter who you talk to, you don't get much argument when you hear that Thunder Bay versus Des Moines is absolutely the best rivalry in the entire PDL. And I think that's really saying something, considering it's a 67-team league across the U.S. and Canada. It's always a game. It's always a great game. Never shy of controversy. The first game up in Canada earlier this month had 2 red cards in the first 11 minutes. So it's definitely an intense rivalry, and we have no doubt that both teams will come out ready to fight for the result.
Okay, well, I know you keep busy behind the scenes and working and getting everybody in. And again, tickets, if people want to come out and see a game, how do they do that?
Absolutely. So menacesoccer.com, great resource for both group and season tickets. We'll have individual ticket specials throughout the year as well. And fans can always come up on the day of the game and purchase right at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines.
Okay, and we appreciate the way you let those extra breezes blow up here in the press box and keep us cool up here during the games. It's nice of you, Matt. We appreciate that.
I appreciate the sentiment. I learned very early on in this job that there's 2 things you can't control, Dar. One is, of course, the weather. And the second is the referees. So other than that, I'd like to think we do the best job possible. But when it comes to those 2 things, unfortunately, what you see is what you get.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Matt Hamanoff, the GM of the Des Moines Menace. We'll take a break and come back with more after this.
Stop ruining your steaks. You deserve a grill that gives you great steaks every time. Fireplace Superstore proudly offers the most complete selection of Weber grills in central Iowa, gas, charcoal, portable, and smokers. Fireplace Superstore features Weber special edition grills that come with Weber's unparalleled warranty. Now you can enjoy your grill for many summers to come. There is a difference. See our large selection of Weber grills, many models and colors. Fireplace Superstore is the exclusive Weber Alliance dealer in central Iowa. Fireplace Superstore at 109th and Douglas.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Poor eating habits and lack of exercise have contributed to a doubling of childhood obesity. The YMCA knows that lifestyle habits such as healthy eating and physical activity will help reverse this trend. The Y offers programs for kids of all ages, from preschool through high school. Water babies to swim teams, basketball, summer camps, flag football, child watch, and even lacrosse. If your family is serious about living an active and healthier lifestyle, why wait? Join the Y today and let tomorrow be the start of your healthier family.
For a limited time at Schottenkirk Chevy in Waukee, get up to $12,000 off select new Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Get 25% off new Impalas, Sparks, and Sonics. These are going fast. Equinox owners get an additional $1,500 towards the purchase of any new Chevy. And no, you don't have to trade it in. If you served, save even more with military discounts. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Back here at halftime, Dart Daniels and Kristen Boyer, the Menace women up 5-0 at the half, and thanks to Matt Hominoff for coming up here and joining us. And you talk about a guy who's intense about what he's doing with the Menace, and it's always man, you just want to ask him about it, and he'll tell you the straight scoop on what's going on.
It's good to see that there's somebody running the program that's so excited about it.
And, of course, a good season off to a good start here for both the men and women this year. And he was telling us that there are a couple. Kaylin Schulmeyer is playing keeper for Winnipeg, here number 0. And we'll see her. Also, a couple other. Lindsay Bywater is playing for them, and Kaylin Samuelson will be playing for them a little bit here, as they were a little depleted after yesterday's game. But for the Menace, you know, a good start to the first half, and one of the things they got out of the lead yesterday, and one of the things that they did do is they kept playing. They kept working what they've practiced on and trained on, and I think that's what you want to see here in the second half out of them too.
Yeah. There's two approaches you can take as a coach going into the second half when you're leading 5-0. You can say, just keep at it, get as many goals as you can, or you can say, okay, I want you to work on playing the ball around one touch, knowing where you're going to go with your next pass and that sort of thing. Coaching JV at the JV level, there were some teams that we played that were pretty weak, and we'd get up on them, and I would tell the girls, you know, try a move that you haven't tried before. Do something that's going to challenge you. And I think that the girls take that to heart. They like to have fun with it. So we'll have to see if he makes any changes, if he puts some of his other players on that were sitting on the bench, or if he tells the girls, if we can see that he's told the girls, yeah, I want you to play 3 passes before you take the ball up the field or something like that. So.
Alrighty, we're about ready to get started here with the second half. Goals in the first half, Nicole Pearson scored first. Then it was Puttifoot with back-to-back goals, and Pearson again, and then Korea scored to make it 5-0 here for the Menace as they come out. And, of course, Matt Hominoff was talking about it, and the Menace, the players I've talked to have talked about it coming up. It's July 3rd. They go to Chicago, and Chicago is the defending champion in the WPSL, and so that's the one that they're not looking ahead to, but they know that that's the one they're going to test if this 3-0 league record means anything, if they go in there and they give them a match and play well against them.
And the girls already probably have an idea of what they're going up against if they've played at the club level and they've played against their feeder club, the Eclipse. It's a fantastic club. They send many girls to national training camp and regional training camp. And so if these girls have played club, they've definitely played against some of the girls that they might see in that game.
And looking at this, I've watched some high school soccer, and then you watch this level, and you can see this, you know, how it steps up a little bit, the skill and the more experienced and older here, and you don't see as many misplays and things that you see in high school. There are a lot of high school players that play year-round and that, but still, you know, you have a lot that play other sports and come in, and so it's more of a consistent, faster game at this level, isn't it?
Yes, it's consistent, it's faster, and part of it is because the girls, these are a bunch of girls that have dedicated their lives to playing soccer, whereas when you get on a high school team, you might have maybe 5 of your starters that play for a club all year round, and that's the only sport that they play, and that's what they want to do. And these girls, this is what they're doing, you know, so it's a different level of commitment.
And then you know, there's a lot of debate about that. Should they play one sport in high school or play others, you know, and some do, and others they play different sports. But we're underway here, and the Menace in black. We'll start it out.
Yeah,
we'll come back to that and talk to you about that a little bit. But as dropped outside and up ahead to Haley Halverson.
They're definitely starting out the game playing a lot of possession.
Georgia Roberts sends it across. And then up ahead to Whitney Sharp. Battling there. Forward. And they'll send it up one. Sharp was looking to make a run, but it's knocked out of there by the defender. I think that was Kaylin Samuelson who's playing for Winnipeg. On loan.
Yeah. That's good for those players, though.
Menace will lob it up ahead. Yeah, and it's interesting talking with some of these players, too, on where soccer has taken them, you know, to different countries to play. And, well, some of these players coming from other countries, Putterfoot and Georgia Robert talked with them yesterday at halftime of that game, and, you know, they're both from England and a chance to come over here and play. So it's been, we get an offside here. It's a good opportunity for those who want to go on and still have that passion to play soccer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Even on my collegiate team, we had 2 girls from Norway on my collegiate team, and it was fun for us to have those girls there too. So
get a little different view and some different ideas, don't you? Yeah. Lobbed up there, Robert knocks it down to Korea, and nice tackle there on the ball to save it, keep it out there, and up ahead to Brandt. Brandt gets it back.
Looks like Winnipeg has a little bit better defensive shape this half starting out.
Like they're playing back a little more, aren't they?
They are playing back a little bit more. And it looks like they added another defender back. It's almost like they're playing a 4-2-3. There's 2 defensive center mids there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a 4-2-3-1, isn't it? For them, which helps out a little more on the defense.
Yeah.
Here's a run up. Sharp right side. Turn on it. Look. Tries to cross it in there. Knocked away. And long shot high and out by Haley Halverson.
That was the one thing that I noticed with the high school girls this year, that very involved in what system of play they were playing and whatnot. And that's a whole nother level that when I was playing, my club team could shift like that, but my high school team was never able to do anything like that. So I like to see that that's progressing for the girls.
You mean the mindset where you practice if you're playing in like in a 3-3-1 or whatever, but then the coach says, okay, let's shift to a 4, and it doesn't register because you practice or train the other way, as they're talking about.
Yeah. I feel like the high school girls are playing now can shift from systems of play, and even in the middle of the game, better than, well, my high school team would have never been able to do that. Yeah.
But a little more better understanding of the game, and,
Yes.
and that probably comes from playing a little more too, doesn't it? And
Yeah, having more girls have played at a higher level on a varsity team.
through the middle. And Georgia Robert took it there. Now outside. Cross. And trying to get the header. Not quite there. And knocked away. And it'll go stay with the Menace. And the Menace will throw in on the far side. Looking for Putterfoot. She tries to run it down.
Nice run across there by Whitney.
She handles it, drops it back to Pearson. Pearson lobs it over the top header and goes out wide of the goal.
That was an excellent ball across the box there. Must have been 30 yards across there.
And I think, yeah, it was Korea. And that's one thing Whitney Sharp talked with her. She was the woman of the match after yesterday's match. And she said she really likes that playing back more toward the midfield and setting up and passing in. And you can tell she's real talented at that.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Winnipeg trying to get it across there, but Pearson knocks it away. Up to Sharp. Drops it back to Haley Halverson. Georgia Robert. Up now on the outside run. In
nice
the middle.
run.
Heel kick back to Putterfoot and wide of the goal. Fooled everybody. Thought she was going to come up, wind up, and fire, and then she just took it on the heel, dropped it back to Putterfoot.
That says a lot about her creativity and her ability to be an unselfish player.
Yeah, because she could have just wound up and fired that at the goal, but decided to drop it back to a teammate.
And it also plays along with when I said that when they come back out on the field, I would have expected them to have a little bit more creativity this half, that maybe their coach challenged them to pull off some of those fun moves.
Try something a little different up ahead. And here comes Winnipeg, trying to get it through the middle there.
I think that's the first misstep I've seen by one of our defenders as far as overplaying.
And now Winnipeg. Trying to get their first challenge here, but knocked away again. And just
I think that
taking their time.
Yeah. I also think that Winnipeg dropped more people into the center of the field. It's breaking up our passing outlets a little bit more than in the second half.
So in that first half, there were 10 saves by Winnipeg, none by the Menace. There weren't any shots there. 5 corners by the Menace and none by Winnipeg. And on the run inside, drops it back to Putterfoot. Putterfoot turns, fires into the goal. Putterfoot with the hat trick now.
It's an excellent look there.
Danielle Putterfoot, and let's look at the replay here. Up the outside, drops it back to her. She turns on it and fires it with the right foot inside the right post. And Putterfoot, I believe it was a season or two ago, she was leading scorer and hasn't scored as many this season. She was talking about that and hoping to get on track a little more here. Today she's got 3 in this exhibition match.
Yeah.
Lob over the top
Good ball.
1-on-1, and the keeper gets a hand on it, just deflects it wide, and that'll be a corner. The first of the match for Winnipeg.
It's a hard save to make because you're still trying to get set to make the save, and they take a shot before you're ready.
And it's Abigail Long, number 3, I believe, who was in there and made the shot. And corner brought to you by Shields. The first scoring opportunity here for Winnipeg. Down 6-0. This is going to go in, but a little too much.
Yeah. It's a pretty strong wind.
Yeah.
Pretty strong
Got a
wind
good
there.
push on that, so.
I might have chosen to take that with my left foot, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Swing
do
it
the
out a little
outswinger,
bit.
yeah, and let the wind push it back in a little bit. But
yeah.
We're seeing several substitutions brought to you by Frito-Lay here for the Menace. And we'll
You got all those?
Yeah, we'll sort them out when we get to it here.
It's good to see him subbing a lot. You want to make sure you have as much experience for all these players when you're coming into a really big game, because you never know injuries that can happen. You want to make sure that everyone has some playing time and get that chemistry with their teammates.
Up over the top and knocked away there. And that's Mandy Pokabrodsky. Into the game there, number 2. Number 9 is Shayna Stubbs. We'll get you hopefully
Down the little sideline there.
in the corner. Sends it across, looking for the header, not quite there. Stubbs kicks it back out. Sharp will send it outside.
It's a good decision by Sharp to
Mary Brandt. And Georgia Roberts sends it across the field to Sharp. Trying to work it, keep it alive over there.
She's very comfortable with the ball.
Yeah. Has several moves she can do with it too. Right, left foot, you know, stop and go, over the top, knock down there, back out. But Mary Brandt looks like she's going to run it down for the Menace. Outside to Sheena Stubbs. Stubbs leaves it a little short there. And kind of a stalemate at the back.
Yeah.
They'll send it across. Knock down, that'll go to the Menace.
I think Winnipeg's playing better defensively, but I still haven't seen them offensively put a lot together to the feet like the Menace has.
Yeah, they just, when they get it down there, they just haven't, they need the quick passes and keep it moving. Battle for it. And the Menace will keep possession. Trying to go up in the middle, knock down.
Yeah, we're not going to get much straight up the middle in this half. Good decision there by Winnipeg. Let's see what they do here. Play it around the back. Good pressure there.
Well, Brandt on the pressure that time too. And then Pokabrodsky came over. Winnipeg holding possession but not advancing it very far at this point.
Mainly just around the back.
Now they get it up ahead. Drop it back. Now tried to shoot it up through the middle. But it'll be taken there by Haley Morris.
She needs to take the space there, draw some players in. There we go.
Looking for Pokabrodsky there in the middle, but overshot it. Now back the other way.
The way Winnipeg has adjusted, those passes into the center definitely have to be to feet. You cannot lead the center midfielders on to the ball.
By Pokabrodsky to Para. She's trying to run it down. Drop it back to the keeper. Back up.
Oh, nice run.
Man, offside.
Nice.
The flag is up.
That's unlucky. A little bit too quick.
Looked like it was there, but flag went up immediately.
That was a nice look by whoever sent that ball through, though.
And a free kick here for Winnipeg. Knocked down. That's Kaylin Samuelson playing for Winnipeg. Up ahead to Shanna Stubbs. Now kept in play there by Brooklyn Dice. And a battle for it. Some
yeah. Stick with it, Shayna.
Samuelson staying there. Going against what normally are her teammates. That's all right. That's good work for her, too. So Winnipeg trying to move up. Hear the breeze kind of blowing through here a little bit more.
Yeah.
Picked up.
The wind might have changed direction just a little bit.
Yeah, it's going a little bit like out of the heading from the southeast, blowing those flags a little bit toward the right corner up there. We had a shower right before the match started, and now the sun looks like it's starting to come out a little more too on the field. So
yeah, it can stay under the clouds.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure the players wouldn't mind that either, because the field's starting to lighten up a little more as the sun poking out, especially after you had a little water down there. Yeah. That's going to make it a little more humid. Samuelson trying to turn that, lobs it up ahead, and can't quite get it into the hole there, and it'll be a goal kick.
Winnipeg's definitely making it a little bit more challenging for the Menace right now. Getting it through.
And let's see. 10 is coming off and 16 is coming on. Oh, that would be Lindsay Bywater, who's playing for Winnipeg, is coming on. Normally for the Menace, but she's coming on. And some substitutions kind of shifting things around here. The Menace still trying to, adjust a little bit to that too.
Yes.
They've been going along with the starters. Now here's a lob up the outside. It does get through.
Sheena Stubbs.
And Stubbs coming in, crosses it, goal to Para.
Good.
And we'll see the replay here as Stubbs brings it up there. You see her bring it up to the right and then sends it back over to Para, who finishes it off for goal number 7 for Moines Menace women here, 7-0.
Is that Sheena's first goal or first assist of the season? Has she gotten much playing time this year? Or?
Not a lot that I recall in the home games here. But she did get a nice assist there.
Yeah. Always good to have those confidence builders.
And battle for it down there. It's Winnipeg. Trying to turn on it. And now the Menace breaking out the other way. Here comes Whitney Sharp. See what she does here. Into the middle, 2-on-1, now on 3. And she got a little help there. Still going, they'll drop it back. Stubbs back over. Sends it across. Oh boy, she almost got around on that.
Yeah.
Para almost did to a weird angle, but almost kind of off the back of her head into the goal. But that was a good awareness and turn on her part.
Yeah. It's good to see a player that's not afraid to use their head. Sometimes they're a little bit tentative.
And all the talk, too, lately, about concussions and heading the ball has been an issue that's been out there, too.
Yeah. We worked on heading a little bit this season in one of my practices, and the trainer was out there the whole time timing us to see what we were doing. So. And
I know, like the U10, they don't allow them to head in games when they're playing now, and they do, I think, as you go up in age too, the same thing. They limit the number of heads that you can do in practice.
Yeah. I don't think that that's a bad thing personally. So.
Well, and it's all part of trying to figure out what is the best way to handle it and deal with it. A Sharp outside here. See, she sends it in again, lobs it across, way out wide. Good, takes out the body and goal. Is that Korea?
Yeah.
So another assist for Sharp. And Korea gets her second goal.
I think that it's good that they limit the heading as they're younger.
Excuse me. Okay, let's see the replay here. As she comes up and send it over and in. No. Okay, here we go. Now it's across, and there she is. Takes it good off the chest and sets it up in goal. There we go. Got the right replay there. Now back to live action. Sorry about that. I caught something in the throat and coughed there and didn't get my mic turned off in time there. But back to action. As it's 8-0 here. And obviously it worn the Winnipeg squad down a little bit here.
Yeah.
And some fresh legs in for the Menace. Sent it to the middle, now back outside to Brandt. Mary Brandt. And they also have a sister that's a very good soccer player in high school. That
wow, look at that touch.
Side, yep. And tried to send it back across. Kept into play there by Stubbs. Stubbs sends it in. And can't quite get the foot on it to knock it down. Korea. It comes back the other way.
I would say that kick out by Winnipeg was out of frustration more than getting it to somebody.
Yeah, just clear it out of there.
Yeah.
And that will go out the back for a goal kick. Caitlin Schulmeyer's been playing down there in goal for Winnipeg on loan from the Menace. Sharp takes that one. Deflects it. And it's going to roll out.
It's always interesting to play against a team that shoots on you in practice every day.
Yeah.
For the regional playoffs when I was in high school, I went to Waukee and we played against Valley, and one of the Valley forwards was a girl that played on my club team, and I played goalkeeper, and she played forward, and wasn't my favorite game.
Lobs it up, and Menace trying to run it down. Winnipeg will try to take it back the other way.
I really like how cohesively our forwards and midfield work in our offensive third playing defense. They really shut down Winnipeg out to the sides and wait for them to make a mistake. They aren't going in and trying to like steal the ball and missing it.
And up ahead to Whitney Sharp. And knocked down again. And back, yeah, the defense, they're moving back, and we're playing right up to the half, but they're kind of shifting well. That seems like the toughest thing. A coach, when my daughter played, young kid soccer a little bit, was teaching them that shape and staying spread out, and because you could stay on this side of the field for a long time and never see the ball. Yes. But the one time when everybody's over there and they reverse it over and you're there, and but that's one of the toughest things to show to them. Yes. That you gotta stay in your position for the most part and keep that shape.
Oh yeah, that outside midfielder, especially if there's somebody that really wants to have the ball all the time. It's a very difficult position to play when if you're the left outside midfielder and everything's on the right side of the field all the time.
It's kind of like I played defensive end football, and you're always supposed to stop that person from getting around the edge. One time you shoot and you don't, and they run the reverse around and score, and then everybody's yelling at you. But there might be 20 plays where you come in and right there and nothing comes to you.
Well, and that's exactly it. Like when you're playing offense and you're going up and you're on that opposite side and you keep going up and you're trying to stay wide, and then defensively the coach is like pinch in, pick up your defender, and it's a lot of running, and you're not getting a lot out of it yourself.
Until then, if the game does develop and they see you and they get it to you, and then it makes all the more sense on everything. And they were looking to shoot in the middle. I don't know if she was offside or it would have been close on that one, but a couple players running to each other there, and again, we're starting to see this fatigue show a little bit here.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the clouds have covered it back up a little more here, but still a humid day. Into the middle, back over. And try to work it across. Over to Mary Brandt.
It's good ball movement again. I think that this group is getting a little bit more used to playing with each other.
Switch it all the way over. Korea drops it back. And that'll go back to Winnipeg.
It would be a good opportunity just to play it down the line and just hope that player made the run.
Yeah, got through there.
Yeah.
It was interesting talking with the players. And last year, that the women, they had so many close games, and so many of those plays were just a step short of getting to the ball, and the pass was just a little long. And talking with them, and so far early in this season, that's clicked better, and they've been leading to the feet and running onto the ball right when you needed to.
Yeah.
To see Para running down there, sending it back to the middle, and that's been kind of the big difference. So many what ifs last year, and this year they're getting there and scoring.
That's definitely a maturity thing and being able to read the game, and that will get better every year that you play.
I'm playing together a little bit more with some of these players, and that's a little bit of the difficulty because the roster for the Menace does change year to year sometimes, but then you get some players back, and that's helpful.
Yeah.
8-0 here into the 74th minute of this exhibition match. Men's match will follow. Korea knocks it down in the middle, tries to lob it up ahead. And she ran her way, Allison Clark, to try to kick that in, but credit her for not, it would have been easy just to stop and watch it. Yeah, it's going to go out, but she tried to run it down over there and keep it in play. Come up a little short on it, but credit her on the effort. Stubbs will throw it in for the Menace. Gets it into Pokabronsky and take it away. Send it up high. Looks like they try to make a run down the field, but nobody over there. Set it up, but didn't get anybody quite in the area. Now back over. Para will drop it back to Clark.
Nice.
Just quick touches right through, isn't it? And offside, but they're going to let him play it since the keeper got it.
I think it does make for a more exciting game when it's very much of a one or two touch game and there's a lot of movement off the ball. But it also can be a little bit exhausting when you're the one moving off the ball and never gets the ball.
Well, when the defense plays back like that, that's the way to beat them, is when they're, back and just one touch and moving it quickly before they have a chance to adjust. And as they knock it down, they'll send it up to Para. Oh, she was trying to leave it back inside, but didn't go.
She's a very hard worker up there. A coach's dream, a forward that plays defense and offense.
Out to Mary Brandt. Sends it in. Tried to sneak it through the hole there, but didn't go. Kaylin Samuelson up there. Knocks it out. And Winnipeg will come up the other way. Trying to make a run. Had her on the outside. Gets it out there.
Could be something.
Here we go.
Oh.
Nice step over. Drop it back to Samuelson. And the Menace defense got back quickly, didn't they?
Yes, they
shut
did.
that off.
They're very cohesive defensively. I'll be excited to see them play against a team that's a little bit faster offensively.
Brandt turns it and sends it upfield. That's up to Sarah Brandt now. Leaves it outside to Stubbs. Stubbs working it up the right side.
Good.
Send it across the middle, a little high. They're going to run it down, looks like, on the far side.
Huh?
Back in. Good stop by the keeper. Fooled her a little bit. That one kind of
took a little bit of a bounce she wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I think it dropped in front of her. She was thinking it was going to go over the head, but it dropped down in front of her, and she came down and then kind of knocked it down.
One thing that if you've never played on turf like this, you don't realize that with football players, a lot of plays go down the middle of the field. That center of the field is not as smooth as you think it is. So it will bounce funny there, especially towards the end, when you get closer to the end zones there.
Up the field, let it go back to the Menace.
plays it around.
Brant inside.
You can tell they are getting tired because I would expect a forward to make that diagonal run there.
And up 8-0 too.
Yeah.
It's, it's kind of like, okay,
yeah.
We don't want to. Let's just work the clock here and. It's like a Frito-Lay substitution. Throw in over the head. And that'll go out as the flank goes up. Alicia Mann. McCluskey sends it over. Sarah Brandt over to Mary Brandt. And Mary pushes it up the field to Stubbs. She looks across, lobs it in there, and a little too far out. Knocked around and to be a goal kick.
It's pretty good placement there. Just a little bit too quick, I think.
Into the final 10 minutes here of the match. The Menace up 8-0. And they've come out, done what they want to do. That one goes high off the right upright. Could I use a little more of that rain here, not during the game, but looking around and seeing the brown grass around Valley Stadium here and on the lawns as you come in. But just enough to wet the seats a little bit, and it's kind of dried up already. And made it a little more humid down there.
Yeah. At least they don't have to mow.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about it. But just off the foot of Georgia Roberts. She was trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Her and Putterfoot were up here at halftime of the game yesterday, and a couple characters. It was a interesting interview. They were excited about getting to play today, and they had a lot of nice things to say about Coach Vorster. And I said, "You're only saying those things because you know this is on. He's going to see the replay of this." And so then they said, "Okay, well, we'll tell you what we really think." And then they were giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's kind of interesting to play in a. You play club in a position where that guy's probably going to keep his job. Your high school coach, unless he has a really terrible season, is probably going to keep his job. These coaches really need to make sure that you're performing, and in college as well. And it's a little bit different mind frame.
Knocked around there.
They can be a little bit harder at times.
And they call that a corner. Looks like it, a corner. Brought to you by Shields for
free kick.
Or no, the free kick. So okay, they must have called a push then over there.
Kind of taking our time here.
Yeah, waiting for everybody to get back, but lobbed across.
It's a good reach by the goalkeeper. I don't know if she hit it or not there.
Must not have, because they give a goal kick.
Yeah. Must not
so
have.
Just kind of bent in, and it was kind of hard to see where it went.
Yes.
She went up, and it looked like she was going to touch it, but must have seen that it wasn't going to go in, so
good movement there by Winnipeg.
Menace will drop it back and then move it up here. Mary Brandt. Georgia Clark, or Georgia Roberts, excuse me.
Good ball control there, to get out of the.
Yeah, she kind of
group
was starting to get
there.
surrounded, wasn't
Yeah.
she? And then she saw she had the drop back.
Nice battle there. Maybe a little bit of
Yeah,
extra at the
a little
end.
push there. That's one of those other things that for youth kids, it seems like trying to teach them that you can drop the ball back to make it advance forward.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a hard concept because you keep saying, you know, move it ahead toward the goal, and then you say, well, you're going to kick it back, you know, and that's one of those things that it takes a while to teach them and get that into their minds, doesn't it?
Even to get the parents to agree that that's a good idea sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I've done some. I did some refereeing in the clubs and stuff, and well, especially rec. Well, why did you kick it backwards? Oh, we need to move ahead. You know, well, sometimes you kick it back to shift the defense and then move ahead, and it's.
Must be why rugby never really caught on.
But it's gotten that one right to the keeper, off the header there. But yeah, it's a good. It's one of those concepts, and one of the things about soccer that people don't understand sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
That and offsides, of course, that's always
Well,
that's the craziest one.
Even as I think that when they move the ball around, it's makes it into a beautiful game. And discussing things with my coworkers at my job, they're just kind of like, I don't get it.
Yeah, sometimes they say, what are they doing? They're just wasting time. They drop it back here, and instead of attacking, and part of that, a lot of that is because all the other sports, you're attacking,
forward.
going to your goal, and you never really drop it back much. Hockey, you see that a little bit sometimes, where you do, but in every other sport, it seems like you're always trying to move it ahead and attack, and the idea of, you can drop it back and gain something there.
Yeah.
It seems.
Wait for the play to build up.
Yeah, and it seems a little for people as they catch on.
Yes.
And I think Danielle Putterfoot will be our woman of the match, and get to talk with her here again. And they sent it outside and back to the Menace. Coming up on about 3 minutes left in this match. Putterfoot with the hat trick today.
Yeah, she's played fantastic today. And the almost header goal down there.
Yeah,
That was
just about.
pretty impressive.
And
it really says a lot about a player when you have 3 minutes left in the game, and as a forward, they're chasing the goalkeeper down, like that Winnipeg girl just was.
still running, still going, trying to get it through there. Well, and again, they're trying to show the coaches,
I deserve to be
yeah,
here.
I deserve to be out there. I deserve to get a little more playing time. I'm always hustling, and I'm not taking anything for granted. And we wind down into the final 2 minutes here of the match. 8-0 Menace.
Winnipeg's just kind of playing around the back, seeing what they can make. That girl there in the center for Winnipeg, 36?
Brooklyn Dice.
Yeah. She's kind of a presence.
Yeah, she does. She's played well back there, and kind of She'll get a little physical with you, too, and let you know she's there, won't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, don't take it for granted. Oh, that goes in. Snuck in. A goal by the Menace. And Sarah Brandt gets on the board. Makes it 9-0. Let's see that goal again here on the replay. Just kind of moved up there, and Brandt was there, and just kind of, boom, kicked it inside the left post. Long goal. Thought they might have, keeper was out, thought they might have caught her.
That's the second time they've done that off
of got the wind, got it up in the wind, but it didn't drop. And the keeper eyed it. It's time running down here. You send it up. And that'll be the match. I believe. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
The clock hadn't wound down yet, but that'll be it. It'll be 9-0. The Des Moines Menace defeating Winnipeg here in the exhibition match. And Kristen Boyer, I want to thank you for sitting in with us here today, providing a little color on it, a little insight into this match. And
thank you for asking.
Yeah, it was an interesting match. Got to see a lot of players here play today. And with the Menace, I know Justin Vorster is going to be pleased with how they played again today. And Danielle Putterfoot will be our woman of the match, and she'll be coming up, and we'll hear from her here in just a little bit. So let's take a break. We'll do that and come back with the post game after this.
For a limited time at Schottenkirk Chevy in Waukee, get up to $12,000 off select new Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Get 25% off new Impalas, Sparks, and Sonics. These are going fast. Equinox owners get an additional $1,500 towards the purchase of any new Chevy. And no, you don't have to trade it in. If you serve, save even more with military discounts. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back at Valley Stadium, the final here. The Menace was 8-0. Was that what it was, the final? Yeah. Yep, 8-0, 4 in each half. Over, they took the score off the scoreboard, but look down there, 8-0. Kristen Boyer with us, and a lot of good things for the Menace here today. A lot of different players played, and they played hard and got to see, I think Coach Worcester got to see a lot out of these different players.
Yeah, it was really exciting that so many of the players got into the game, and it's a really good opportunity for those girls that don't get as much of a chance to play to show what they can do. For us, as well as there was a few players playing for Winnipeg, and yeah, and I think it was probably a confidence builder for some of those girls.
And while it's just an exhibition, it's a game in game-like conditions, and that keeps you in tune, because it was well, June 11th was their last league game that they played, and then they had some time off, and now you get back in it and you play game-like conditions, play against another team, so that's good to kind of keep you sharp and keep you focused, because then they go to Chicago on the 3rd of July and a big game for them, big match there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big match, and we saw a lot of good things from a couple of their key players today that hopefully that helped them keep in rhythm with each other and whatnot. And hopefully some of those other players that got to play with some of those key players, now they know how they work on the field, and if they get thrown in there, they'll be ready.
Well, a good match for the Menace women, and Danielle Putterfoot, I think, will be coming up here a little bit later when she gets a lot of kids, and this is fun to see. They get out, and as Matt Hominoff was talking about, get the autographs and get to meet the players, and that's good too, because it's soccer. Is building the sport. You want to have some people to look up to, and you know, and that's what you like in all sports, and that's what we're seeing here with these kids, and get the chance to meet these Menace players and talk with them a little bit and get their autographs.
Oh yes, yeah. I remember going to games when I was little, and that we could go and get their autographs and stuff. And as I got older, some of those players played for the club that I played for, and so you'd get to see them at practice, and and it was cool, like just to be able to be around them, and they were so humble and so nice, and it was a good experience growing up.
Yep, I see Danielle Putterfoot. She's they're bringing her up here, and she'll make her way up, and we'll talk with her, the woman of the match, and see what she has to say about today's hat trick that she picked up out there. And again, we appreciate you sitting in with us, providing a little commentary here on the broadcast, and had a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
So what do you any other sports you work with in the off season outside of soccer?
No, not really. I have kind of a crazy work schedule, so for my other job, so not really. I have a father that does a lot with the adaptive sports program, and so right now he's gotten really into rowing, so I've been going out with him a little bit, and my whole family is very much into bicycling. That was the other thing that we did growing up, so yeah.
All right. Well, we want to thank you. We're going to let you go. We're going to take a break here, and we come back. Danielle Putterfoot will make her way up here. We'll talk with her, the woman of the match. So thanks again. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and talk with our woman of the match right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Poor eating habits and lack of exercise have contributed to a doubling of childhood obesity. The YMCA knows that lifestyle habits such as healthy eating and physical activity will help reverse this trend. The Y offers programs for kids of all ages, from preschool through high school. Water babies to swim teams, basketball, summer camps, flag football, child watch, and even lacrosse. If your family is serious about living an active and healthier lifestyle, why wait? Join the Y today and let tomorrow be the start of your healthier family.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium. Dart Danielson with you here. The final 8-0. The Menace women winning here over WSA Winnipeg. And joining me is the woman of the match, the CBRE Hubble woman of the match, Danielle Putterfoot.
Hi.
And back up here again. Got to talk with you at halftime yesterday. And I know that was what spurred you on today, right? The excitement of that halftime interview.
Especially it was with you as well.
Well,
so
yeah, no, but great job out there. The hat trick today.
Yep.
And wow, talk a little bit about that. The first couple goals you had there. What was going on?
Like I say, every game we go into, whether I score, whether I assist, or whether I'm just part of the build-up, I always want to get on and try and score. So it was nice to be able to get like a shot off and then a header. So it was a great ball by Whitney Sharp. So with that delivery, I want to try and put my head on it and score. So. it's good.
And she did a lot. She really likes that role, doesn't she? Getting out there and putting the ball across and setting people up for the goals.
Yeah, I mean she's very good at doing that. She's got a great delivery on her, so that's why we need her on the field. You know, whether she's scoring or assisting, she's always part of it. And you know, playing just behind her as that attacking mid, like with her playing forward, there's so much opportunity for me to get on the ball. So I'm happy that she's good at doing that.
I know after yesterday's game, you know, you come out and they're a little depleted and it was be easy to come out and just kind of walk through this. But you guys seem like you came out and you played well, moving the ball around well, kept your shape defensively, and really come out and took this as, you know, is coming out and playing like a regular game, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the opposition, we want to try and win, and we want to try and score as many goals as we can. Whether, you know, I know we won 5-0 yesterday, and that's good. And like we weren't going to sit back today and just, you know, give them a chance kind of thing. We wanted to go out and score even more. So it's good that we've got that team ethic and that work ethic that we want to, you know, keep building on and score more goals. And
you got some of the other players in there too in the game. A lot of people got to play, and that's always nice too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean when it's this sort of weather and stuff, you always want to try and, you know, give people a little bit of rest. And we've got a big game next week, so it was good that Justin you know, brought those players on, and he manages us well, and he knows the time to bring us out, and the game had sort of been wrapped up, so it was good to, you know, make the substitutions and get us off, and then new girls on. So yeah,
talking about black unis today, and then we got a little rain right before the match started, and then it kind of that made it add to the humidity, and then the sun started coming out a little bit, and I thought, man, I hope. But fortunately, that didn't stay out too long. But what was it like, the conditions on the field? Was it kind of warm and humid, a little?
I mean,
mad?
You could probably wring out my tops. Yeah, it was humid, and you know, in those sort of conditions when it is that hot, it's hard. But regardless, again, when we don't use weather as an excuse, and we fight through it. But yeah, it was very humid and muggy, but you know, we got to deal with it. This is Iowa.
Well, some good momentum. You got to go to Chicago now, and this is a game you guys have been talking about, and the game that you know is going to tell you where you're really at in this season, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're unbeaten, we're unbeaten. So it is going to be a very good game. They obviously won the WPSL last year, so for us it's a massive game, and you know, we're going to go in confident. We're not going to, you know, shy back off that, and you know, just because they won last year, we're going in, you know, all guns blazing. So we're looking forward to that. So
all right. Well, we appreciate you making the trek up here in the heat after playing that game. 3 goals today. The hat trick for Danielle Puttifoot. Thanks again, our CBRE Woman of the Match. And that's going to wrap it up here. The final 8-0. The Menace win. We'll have the men's game coming up a little bit later.
For a limited time at Schottenkirk Chevy in Waukee, get up to $12,000 off select new Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Get 25% off new Impalas, Sparks, and Sonics. These are going fast. Equinox owners get an additional $1,500 towards the purchase of any new Chevy. And no, you don't have to trade it in. If you served, save even more with military discounts. Save big in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.